Good afternoon, everybody. That is lovely. I really need to give you all a hug. It's sad that Rajmata Pramoda Devi had to leave, but I would still like to address her in the beginning of my talk today as our very beloved chief guest, Your Highness Rajmata Dr. Pramoda Devi Wadiyar. All the guests of honor who are here, my fellow speakers, and very specially our dear organizing secretary, Dr. Geraldine Sanjay, all the members of the IMA, and all the invitees present here, and the special guests present here, very specially my dear children. Can I have you stand up? Vinny, Amita, Pranit. Come on. I'm a mother because of you. And we also have Dr. Geraldine's daughter, by the way. Come on, Shalom, you two stand up. I must say that I feel really privileged to be present here among all you august doctors. And, well, thank you, IMA, for celebrating one of the most important vocations in the world, motherhood. The second one, of course, being the second most important vocation in the world, after motherhood.
Fatherhood.
Absolutely, fatherhood. Boys got it right. So, and the IMA has organized this, I must say that you send out a message to every mother present here saying, we care for you, we love you, we need you, you are important to us, because that is how generations get strengthened, generations get revitalized, and the human population goes on from generation to generation. That's the only reason we're here, because of our mothers. Well, I'm a joyful mother of 6 children, a son, a daughter, followed by 4 sons, the 3 youngest of whom are here, Vineet, Amit, and Pranit. And I'm further blessed with 2 beautiful daughters-in-law. And of course, I have an amazing husband, Mark. And I must confess, without him, I wouldn't be a mother. And so, with my 6 children, I have a basketball team at home. I have a mini football team. I have 3/4 of a cricket team. I have 2 snooker teams, and it goes on and on. But not to say that they're all only into sports. My son Vineet is a musician. So we also, not only Vineet, all my children are musically inclined. So we can also perform for you on occasion, right? Maybe the IMA can call the Braganza band next. My children all follow their own individual passions and professions. Lalit is a certified fraud examiner married to Rachel, who's an ACCA working at Cognizant. Madhuri, our only daughter, is a movie actor. She is an engineer, an architect, and a special educator. Rajat is a chef, qualified in Switzerland. He's got his own patisserie and his own Italian food outlet here. Married to Indra, who is a wedding planner. So any of you lovely sisters and doctors and youngsters present here, you know who to go to for your wedding. Indra. And the cake will be supplied by Rajat. And the band will be by Vineet. Okay. Amit here is an aspiring chartered accountant. He has passed intermediate and is now doing articleship with KPMG. And my youngest son, Pranit, is going to third year of Bachelor of Business Administration. On a personal level, I have absolutely enjoyed my motherhood. And I continue to enjoy my motherhood. As Pramoda Devi said, Her Highness said, yes, my mother was so strict with me, and she used to even whack me. But that's why I remember things, and I remember my values. And even after I'm married, she's very strict with me. So we continue to be mothers, right? I enjoy the children's mischief. I enjoy their sweetness. I celebrate with them, their highs and lows. I hold their hands and wipe their tears in their failures and their challenges. I encourage them in their times of self-doubt. I rejoice as they complete their school, their college, their studies, get into their individual professions and their chosen careers. I am joyful when they marry. I have lovely daughters-in-law whom I love, and my joys are even greater when I see how my children bond with each other, how they look out for each other, the older ones, in fact, helping me to look after the younger ones, how they are great companions to one another, and how they now, as they've grown up, as you can see, they're no more little. So now they think they're quite big. And I just enjoy the fact that now they have started advising Mama and Dada, regarding our own health, regarding our diet, regarding our health checkups, and even our parenting styles. So for example, my daughter, who's, second, and the only daughter, the only girl, she just takes on so much of the motherly responsibilities. And then she tells me, Mama, now you cannot spoil the younger children. You have to be strict with them, just as how you were strict with us older ones. So, yeah. I love every moment of being a mother. I thank the Almighty for giving me this great experience of privilege of experiencing motherhood and its abundant joys. One thing I wanted to say, though, is that my motherhood didn't begin when my eldest child, Lalit, was born. Do you know when it began? When did my motherhood begin? It began when I conceived Lalit, when Lalit was conceived in my womb, right? Because that's the time that we know that an individual is being born. But you may say, how can you be a mother? What is this in the womb? It's nothing. It's just a clump of cells. There's no life. There's no value. But the scientific fact, we are celebrating the science of motherhood today. The scientific fact is that life begins at conception. Agree? I hope you all agree. Yeah. So, motherhood began when I conceived my first child, and it got strengthened and got renewed with the birth of every subsequent child. So that little fetus is not a clump of cells. We are all clumps of cells. Dr. Geraldine, myself, Dr. Stephen, all of you seated here, we're clumps of cells, whether big, whether small. So that fetus is a clump of cells just like us, except that it still has to grow and mature. And aren't we all still growing? Yes, we are. In fact, there is a very meaningful and scientific process among the Vedic tradition. It's called Garbh Sanskar. Anyone heard of Garbh Sanskar? Garbh Sanskar? Garbh is the Hindi word for the womb. Sanskar is the upbringing with moral and traditional and ethical values. It's what we are, our samskara in Kannada. Yes. This is the process. So what is Garbh Sanskara? It is a process of purifying your womb from the beginning, even before conception. And then, of course, right through pregnancy. And this is to ensure that the baby has an intrauterine atmosphere of joy, love, positivity, thereby establishing the foundational samskaras for the baby's future development. And by the way, Jains very much follow this traditional process of Garbh Samskara, including other Hindu religions as well. So if we grasp that conception right from the beginning, the fetus is a baby, has a life, we will never think of abortion. We will not take the life of a child. In fact, the joys of motherhood, when I say start with conception and through the gestation period, there are so many times of joyful motherhood when we are carrying the child itself. Hearing the heartbeat through the Doppler ultrasound, which Dr. Geraldine, in fact, made Vasu Dixit not perform, but record, right? Play. So we heard that boop, 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 boop. That was the heart of the baby. It is wonderful when the mother hears that. That's the joy. It is also wonderful joy when you feel the baby moving inside you. It is also joyful to know that the baby is growing within you. Finally, the incredible joy of giving birth to the baby, holding baby in your arms, nursing baby. And many other joys of motherhood from then on, once the baby is born. To name a few: sleepless nights. You cannot have your own time. You just about dozed off, and a shriek. Baby cries, oh my goodness, what's happened? Let me go and attend baby. Crying in the middle of the night? For what? I've just nursed baby. Now what's up? And then waking up, of course, in the middle of the night to feed her, checking whether she's wet, and oh, those joys go on and on. I'm not actually being, sarcastic. They really are joys. Some of them, of course, you feel, you're tired, etc., you're getting up. But what are these joys? These are the joys as mothers of nurturing your children from the beginning. These are the moments that you will hold dear. These are the moments that you are giving to your child as a mother. And only then you will be able to enjoy the joys of motherhood. And may I dare to say right now, your motherhood never sleeps, right? So we give it up to mothers. Our motherhood never sleeps. And these so-called chores of looking after your baby, your child, looking after the health, the studies, packing the tiffins, the pep talks, the advice, listening to all the criticism that they may give you, good criticism, sometimes bad, sometimes, we don't know what's happening. All this is our way of doing our best for the children, whom we hope will grow up into robust, well-adjusted, successful, happy individuals. And all these joys don't pertain only to biological mothers, they also pertain to adoptive mothers. There are so many who cannot conceive, who don't want to conceive, but they adopt children. Why do they adopt? Because they want to experience the joys of motherhood. One second. When I had my babies, first baby, fine, second baby, fine, third baby went back to my gynecologist. She asked me, so, do you want to go ahead with the baby? I was like, taken aback, what's she trying to say? I said, yes, of course. So Rajat was born. After that, I got pregnant again. My fourth child went back to my same gynae, obstetrician. She said, oh, now the baby, you want to go ahead with the baby? I said, yes, of course. So what was she trying to tell me? Do you want to abort the child? I said, of course not. I want to go ahead with the baby. So Vineet was born, your musician there. And then, of course, I went back to my obstetrician for my 5th child. And she said, of course, I know you want to go ahead with your baby. Then I went back and Amit was born. I went back for my 6th child. Of course, I know you want to go ahead with Pranit. Pranit was born. But it is only because of my belief in God and the pro-life values that we grew up with, pro-life, saying life is precious, don't take life, that, I was bold enough, or I don't know what it was, but I said, yes, I want to go ahead with my baby. But thinking back on it, for many years I've been saying, is this what a doctor should ask? Is this what a gynecologist should ask you? Do you want to go ahead with the baby? No. They are supposed to encourage life. They have to give birth to life, right? So I have a submission here. I really wish there were more of you doctors present here. May I humbly submit, Dr. Geraldine and other doctors present here, Dr. Bhanu Prakash, Dr. Stephen, may I humbly submit that the IMA perhaps takes on this subject of let no doctor ever suggest an abortion. Let no doctor, let it not come from a doctor. Right? Yeah. They are here to give life. So maybe the IMA can take this up as a topic of discussion and perhaps make it a law. No doctor should suggest or even insinuate something like abortion. It is not the doctor's duty to tell you, listen, I think you've had enough children. Do you want to go in for abortion? So I would really thank the IMA, maybe the Bangalore branch, take it up as a topic of discussion. Maybe make it a legal issue. Bring in a law stating this, okay? Let no one rob us of our motherhood. The joy of motherhood. Let us all be that happy, that giving mother, that fun mother, the joyful mother. I wish to give a big shout out to Dr. Geraldine Sanjay, herself a mother of 5, a courageous doctor who speaks up for her values, who speaks up for the truth. And she is a tireless champion of mothers, fathers, and children, Dr. Geraldine Sanjay. Thank you for your great efforts, Geraldine, in organizing today's event. And a huge thank you for all of you for being here and listening to me. Thank you. God bless.